welcome back. We are so excited to have Kelsie Davies with us, the ultimate content creator and psychic medium.
Hi, thanks
Hello,
for having me.
Kelsie.
I'm so excited.
Are you getting any vibes? Who's coming through? What can you tell us?
Yes.
Oh my gosh. There's some energy there. I feel I'm kind of picking up on your guys' like energy that you kind of put out, like your auras and
Who's
stuff.
the most? Whose aura is the
I'm
biggest?
feeling a lot from Darrell down there.
Oh,
I'm feeling a lot of energy from down there.
Thank you.
love that.
It's all good energy, darling. I'm so happy to have you here. I've literally been seeing all your stuff. Like it's so cool. I've been looking forward to this conversation all day. So maybe that's where you see my energy coming from. Like I'm ready.
Maybe. Ooh, how spooky.
And I also horror's like one of our favorite like topics. Today we're actually gonna go see Candyman. Yeah. I'm not gonna say his name 4 more times because I hear something crazy happens. But
So
we hear. So I'm super excited to talk to you. So Kelsie, tell us right off the bat, like where did you come from? Like well, life obviously, but tell us where you came from and give us a little bit about you for our listeners.
So I'm originally from Colorado. That's where I was born, and most of my family lives there. But the family that lives there, they're actually psychic medium on that side of the family. So no one that had like the gifts like I do are still alive, which is kind of sucky for me. But my grandpa, so his side of the family, we're all Native American, and they had like extreme psychic abilities. My grandma would read tea leaves, people's futures. My dad's, I mean, not my dad, my mom's dad's dad, wife, she would do seances and stuff. Oh my gosh, it was just like it's confusing. I know we're kind of getting it there, but but all the psychic stuff just kind of runs in my family. And then I also do YouTube. I go to the most haunted places in the world because why not, I just want to see what I can experience and what I can pick up at places. So that's kind of interesting. I also have a haunted doll named Lola too.
Where is Lola?
She's right next to me. You can see her
That
now.
is the scariest thing I've ever seen in my life.
This is Lola. She's very nice. She's a nice haunted doll.
You're cool with having Lola just like in your lap?
Yeah, like I see her walking around all the time. My boyfriend's seen her. He's super skeptical of the paranormal but he saw her standing in my room, told me exactly what she looked like. My roommate's seen her many times. My friends have all had weird experiences with their cameras because she kind of likes having that permission. Like she likes being respected, So if you're just going to record her without her permission, I did ask before we did this as well.
I'm so glad.
Good.
So no, she's chilling.
I don't want no smoke.
I don't want Lola fight. I mean, Brayden, this got to be exciting for you because you love.
Yeah.
So I do, Kelsie. I just bought. Well, I have like a 15-piece crystal collection that I've accumulated over the years. I
got my crystals on.
I know, girl. That's why I love your necklace. I just bought a new tarot card deck that I've been reading.
Okay. Yeah, that's amazing. I love that.
I'm all into. I have a Ouija board as well. Like I'm all into the crystal like world. So when did you first know that you had like a spiritual sense that you like became a medium? What was your first like inkling?
Yeah, so since I was little, I always say I've been a psychic since I was born because I would always know things about people and I would know what was going to happen next, and I would know like what my mom was going to put on like or what was going to go on TV right when she turned it on. We had like thousands of channels, so like I knew what movie was going to be on before she would turn on the TV. There were fires by my house I predicted before they happened. And my mom was like, that's when my mom was like, okay, you're weird. Like you got something, like you got a gift. And I would always feel like spirits around me, but I wasn't sure what I was feeling. I didn't really understand it because I didn't like see them, Mm-hmm. So later on, my gifts just kind of like during COVID, my medium side just kind of started really like increasing. I think I had like a spiritual awakening. That's what people call it. So through my spiritual awakening, my mediumship just enhanced. I started seeing figures. I started getting downloads of how they died, what happened to them, having them visit me in my dreams, and just weird stuff like that. So that's definitely kind of new, the medium stuff, but I'm definitely like here for it.
I was gonna ask, like, were you
Yeah.
scared when that happened, or you were just
Yeah,
like,
I was a little bit like, I was kind of skeptical because I was like, am I really like seeing this right now? Is there something wrong with my eyes? Like, I was like, that's kind of why I started going to haunted places, because I was like, I want to clarify what this is. What am I feeling? What am I seeing? What is all this? So that's why I kind of started going to all these places. And once I started really getting into it, I met my friend Amanda Ray. She sees dead people like she sees real people. She gets confused. So she was seeing things that I was seeing. And I was like, why am I seeing these things? Like, I would see them in a different way than her, but we would explain like the exact same way how they died, like what they look like, where they are in the room. We'll both point to it like at the same time, just
Oh my God.
weird stuff like that.
I am enthralled. Like I
Yeah.
can't even keep my mouth is hanging wide open. I'm just so
Me
this
too.
I know they're all like
this
Do
excited.
does anything scare you anymore? Like, or are you just like, oh, this is just a Tuesday? Like,
yeah, I mean, there was a man that was like walking through my apartment earlier, and I was just like, I was trying to do a session with Lola like right before we went on here, and there was just a man walking by. I was like, Lola, does he have anything to do with the session we're doing? She was like, no. I was like, oh, okay, that's fine. But if they're like demonic, yes, I get like, scared,
you
because
get
that stuff
like
scares me.
demonic spirits, like they come to you.
Yeah. Yeah. A lot of the time I've had a lot of weird experiences where like I'll be FaceTiming a friend and they'll be like, is there a spirit in my room? I feel something, and I'll get their name, I'll get how they died, I'll get like, there was this one girl, her grandpa kept coming through and he had this signed baseball that I kept seeing. And I was like, I keep seeing a signed baseball in a glass case. She was like, oh my God, he was a big fan of the Dodgers. We went to a baseball game and got him a signed baseball, and he has two in two different cases. Just weird stuff like that I would not know in any way.
Oh my God. Is there anything in this room right now?
Right? Is there something
Is
behind
there,
me right now?
is there something we should be
Well,
aware
I
of?
want to know about your session with Lola before this
Oh,
podcast.
well, I do feel a woman. I'm not like, right when I got on the Zoom call, I instantly felt like an older woman. I'm not sure if she's related to any of you, um, or if she's just passing through my apartment. I haven't really got much from her. I just feel, I feel her here.
When you say older, like, can you narrow down like the age range, maybe?
I would say in her 70s,
Okay.
in her 70s. Not like super old, but like older.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
You know, I would love for you to come over to our apartment. 'Cause
Yes.
I swear
There's
our
something in our
apartment
apartment.
is definitely haunted.
Yeah.
Really?
I think
Sure.
my apartment's haunted, too.
I've never seen anything. One of our ex roommates, he said he saw a little boy one time, like
Really?
around the corner, and I was like,
Okay.
what? And yeah, and he like ran to like, because he was like, I thought someone was in the house, and he was like, no one was there, and I was like, I'm telling you. And then we have like a family, like a baby, a friend who has a baby that comes, and she always looks in this like corner, and I'm like,
How creepy.
Yeah.
Ew. No, it's creepy when children see them, because they're not like, you're like, they see something.
and animals.
And animals, my cats always like paw stuff that's not there, but then I'll see like Lola, so I'm like, oh, okay, it's her, like it's fine. But
Oh my God. Lola. So yeah, what was Lola talking about? What Braden was saying. What did you and Lola talk about before the session?
oh, we were talking about, so there's this super haunted Barbie doll. So sometimes I just like look up things that are super haunted online, because I can connect with things. Sometimes they come through to me, whatever. Like I'm like one time Elvis Presley, literally, it was weird. You can hear him on my like spirit box, his exact voice. Like I was just talking about him with her, and all of a sudden a man came through, and it was like, I told my roommate, I was like, I think I accidentally summoned Elvis. Like I was freaking out. But weird stuff like that happens. So I was talking to Lola about this Barbie doll that's super haunted by this German girl. She visited this man in his dream, which is how spirits visit me a lot. And she kept showing him this Barbie doll at this toy store down his street. Like she came to him like 3 times. So he went and he got the Barbie doll, found it, the exact one, and he brought it to where she died. And there's like a bunch of, I guess there's a shrine because back in the day, I think her family was like German spies or something. They got caught, they were running, and she fell off a cliff. So I was trying to see if I could connect with her, or if I could like see what Lola thinks of the Barbie doll, like if she thought it was really haunted and stuff. So we just kind of did that session. It was pretty interesting. I haven't edited like, so usually when I edit, I hear things that I didn't hear like when I was doing the session. So I haven't like looked back yet.
I love that.
This is crazy. I can't.
For so like Darrell was saying earlier, like I'm very into all of this. I'm a witch, basically. I'm very into all of
Ooh, I like that. I got a
Yeah.
witch sigil on my
Yes,
middle finger.
obviously. But I
It
also grew,
deflects negative energy.
yeah, right. I also grew up very religious. So for
Mhm.
those that are religious, like my family, and that I left and became a witch, but still believe in spirits, whatever. So what would you say to like all of the haters, I guess, or people that like don't believe in your powers? What would you say?
I mean, I have my friend and I have helped the CSI. I don't think there's any like if you don't believe that, we did help identify a dead body possibly.
Yes.
So there's
Yes.
stuff like that that happens where it's like you can't really not believe it, but honestly, it's all experience. And I know that religion kind of plays into that and it goes against people's beliefs and stuff. But I just say keep an open mind.
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
just because you don't believe in something doesn't mean it's not real.
Love
So maybe like keep your opinions to yourself sometimes.
I love that.
love.
So one thing I want to ask you actually about Lola. So, when you were talking about the demonic thing, I was thinking about Ed and Lorraine Warren. Those are two people that immediately came to my mind. Would
Yeah.
you say that there's any similarities, or obviously there's a lot of differences between Annabelle and Lola?
Yeah, I mean, Annabelle, I really believe it's a demon with her, whereas Lola was a spirit. She died in 1919. She has a story, like she died when she was 18. She got sick, whereas Annabelle was just kind of the super negative entity attached to that doll, I believe. I don't think it was like a little girl or anything. I think it was just a negative demonic entity.
How did you come across Lola?
That's a good question. It was really weird, honestly. Like I was kind of thinking of like, my content stuff. I was like, what can I like get that would be like interesting? And I wanted to kind of experience like more with my mediumship and haunted stuff. So I was like, what can I do? Like I don't want something negative, because like some people get like demonic dolls. And I'm like, I don't want that. So I was like, what if there's like a nice spirit attached to a doll that I could connect to and try to like see if I get anything with them. And I went on eBay and it was just like when I was driving in the car, I just came up with this thought, like I don't know why, but I went on eBay and there was this woman, she collected haunted dolls. There's a lot of people who collect haunted items and her name was Fire Torch Findings. And she had Lola on there as a nice haunted doll. And I feel energy through photos. I've always felt it. Since I was little, I would go through my grandma's photo book and I would love going through it. I love looking at people's like childhood photos because I feel energy through it. I didn't realize that until like recently. So Lola, I felt her energy through the photo and I just loved it. And I just pressed buy. I didn't even read her story or anything. I just like literally bought her. Then I read about her later and I was like, okay, she was from a big Italian family. She was one of like 7 children, she was 18 years old when she passed away, like all this stuff. But I found out a lot more about her too.
Wow. So you mentioned content. So I kind of want to transition to that. Were you doing content before or after your mediumship? Or I guess
Before.
tell us.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Well, that's kind of why I was drawn to it, is because I've always been drawn to the paranormal and now I understand why. Before I just really liked going and getting scared and feeling these things, because I feel them. So it's like interesting to me, I guess, and kind of like addicting to go be like, oh my God, what can I find out this time? But my mediumship just kind of like, you kind of see it grow through my videos. It's really interesting. Like if you go back and watch like my old YouTube videos, I'm super scared and don't know what's going on. Then I kind of slowly, like you see it develop and it's pretty crazy. Like it's so cool that I have my fan base that have watched me grow and like It's just so cool to me. I got the chills just now. I don't know why.
I honestly, I'm almost like, I have so many questions. I literally want to turn this into like a session where you're like, tell me what's happening
We
in the
should have brought
future.
my Ouija board.
Yeah, I literally want to know like what is my future gonna look like? What's going on? Am I gonna meet a man soon? Does somebody want me?
Oh, let's get down to the nitty gritty.
Right. Are we gonna find men?
Are we gonna find men? Is Pride the series coming back anytime soon? Like, what's going on? Tell me something.
Is Afghanistan okay?
I could if I focus, I could pick up things like about like little things here and there. Sometimes it gets really deep. So like there was like that time I made it like it was a magazine interview and I made her cry because I connected her with her grandmother. And she was like crying after the interview. She's like, thank you so much for thank you so much for coming on. I felt so bad. But it's
Oh, that's beautiful.
I think
it was beautiful because I kept seeing this little hummingbird. Like I couldn't figure out what it was. It looked like a little trinket or something. I was like, I keep seeing this hummingbird. Do you know what that means? She started crying. She was like, my grandma would put hummingbird ornaments all over our Christmas tree. So that's what she was showing me. Oh, I have the chills. It like still amazes me sometimes. I'm like, what? Like, that's crazy. Sometimes I'll pick up things and people don't really understand what it is because the way spirits communicate is so above our intelligence. I don't really know how to put it. It's so vague. Like, it's like they say one thing and they think you know what they're talking about.
Of course.
Yeah.
Right.
When you brought up the woman earlier, I was just thinking and realizing like my great aunt, she passed away a long time ago. She would be in her 70s now, my granny's sister.
Wait,
And I'm just
Really?
like,
that is crazy because now that you're saying that, I'm going to Texas next week for my grandma's 70th birthday.
yeah. So I'm just like, it could be either one of those things.
That's so weird because I'm a psychic
Wow.
and a medium. So it's like sometimes I get confused between the two, but that's really interesting,
Oh
actually.
my gosh. And
Yeah.
I just changed my flight today
Yeah.
Really?
for her birthday. Oh,
For 70th what? Birthday?
birthday or pregnancy. We don't know. I'm from
Wait,
Texas. I'm from Texas. You can never tell the difference.
oh.
This is really crazy, and I would implore like all of our listeners out there to definitely go watch everything that you do and try to connect because I think it's so beautiful. I understand how the lady who was interviewing you, she got so emotional, but it's a beautiful moment, and sometimes we just want one more word with someone who maybe have left. And so, I'm a person who I do like to know what the future holds. I'm like, tell me what's happening, girl.
Oh yeah.
I love spoilers. I love spoilers. I'm like, do I need to be looking out when I go out the house? Do I have a long life ahead of me? What's going on?
I feel like there's something that you're putting off, Darrell. I feel like there's something you're putting off, and I feel like you need to go for it, whatever you're putting off. I don't know if that means anything, but you keep putting something off that I think will be very successful or beneficial to you if you go for it.
Okay. I mean, it's either quitting my job or cleaning my room, which I was just saying. It's both. But I definitely feel that way. And so, listen, I want to change gears a little bit. Speaking of all of that, I love the song Heartbeats.
Thank you.
We've all been in a very toxic relationship, whether it's a relationship with a significant other or it's a friendship. We've all been down those roads before. So how do you feel like, what helped you really get through that? Like, give our listeners some advice on like what really helps you get through that, because it's easy to say like you can get through anything, but what really helped you?
Yeah, it's so hard because like I was so in love with him, and like with the song, it's like I wanted to make, or I told my Camana Vago, they're like two talented artists from London. Like I wanted them to help me make this song that could be positive for something that was so negative in my life, something so dark. I would just self-harm. He would check my phone every 30 minutes. There were a lot of really bad things that just happened with that relationship. And I was so in love and I felt like I was trapped. Like I felt like, oh my God, if I leave this guy, he's going to go for someone else, but I still love him, but he's treating me so horribly. So I wanted to have a song that could show that you can get past that toxicity in your life. Like no matter what it is, if it's family, if it's friends, if it's someone you love, if it's within yourself, you can leave that toxicity behind and your heart still beats without it. Yeah, so that's kind of what it was. And then I kind of came out as pansexual for my YouTube audience. I hadn't really come out to them. I came out to my TikTok audience. It was really hard. You know, I lost a lot of followers. Like I lost like 10,000 followers when I came out as pansexual. It was kind of sad, but it was like, I don't want those people in my life anyway. So I wanted to like come out in a very positive way with other people who support it and other people who are a part of it. And we just put it together, and I got the most amazing people to be part of it. We had Pride House LA be part of it. They actually helped me come out. Yeah, they helped me come out. And it was just such a beautiful experience, like just amazing way to come out to like people just in such a positive way. Like you can be your authentic self, leave that toxicity and be yourself.
I love that, and I love them. Like Braden said, they're friends of the pod, and I know they did something similar with JoJo Siwa as well.
Yeah, they did. It was like the same. I came out the same week as JoJo.
Yeah, and
Wow.
she actually is gonna be. I don't know if you saw Kelsie. She's going to be in the first same-sex dancing partner on Dancing with the Stars. Like,
That's so amazing. She's such a sweetheart. I actually gave her a reading at her house. That was pretty crazy. Yeah, I gave her a reading. It was with her girlfriend, but I saw a lot of very positive things with them, and she's just such a sweetheart. Like literally she's so happy. She's just so authentically herself finally, which I think is just so amazing.
I think that's important for a lot of people. I think that when you're young, you know, when I was JoJo's age and even younger, I thought the world was going to end when I came out. I was like, oh, my life. And I'm thinking about your first heartbreak. You're like, I'm never going to get over it. I'm never going to be
It's
happy.
so hard. It's so much harder that people don't
Still not
understand how
over
hard
it.
it is.
Right. Honestly, I'm still not over
Honestly,
it.
I'm still
It's been
tight.
like 20 years and I'm still, not doing well.
Yeah, well,
Oh,
they're not happy now either. So I think we're doing just fine.
oh my God.
I love it. So talk to us about the Travel Channel show you did, Paranormal Caught on Camera.
Oh, that was crazy. Here we go from JoJo Siwa.
Right behind paranormal.
That's pretty much my life is just like random. Yeah, so we went on this trip to the Brackenfern Manor, and we had just such a creepy experience in that house. There was a door that just slammed shut, and we got it on camera. So it was just crazy. And then Paranormal Caught on Camera, they emailed me and were like, hey, like we want to feature this on the Travel Channel. I was like, well, that's pretty cool. Like, okay, and this was, what's funny is this was right after I bleached all my hair off. So my hair is like all straggly. I'm like, I wish they would put one of my new videos on.
Right. Can we
It
have a
looked
redo?
so bad. I was like, I bleached all my hair off. Like it was bad. But it was such a great experience. Like we did like this Skype call and they asked me about everything that happened. And I think they put another one on there. I'm not really sure. I need to like check on that. But we did film some other Skype interview for another episode. So I'm not sure if that's up yet or not. I gotta check.
Was that the scariest moment when the door slammed shut?
That was pretty scary. Like when spirits get aggressive like that or entities, it's just scary because like you didn't expect them to be able to do that, to be able to move things. Like it's different to see something move right in front of your eyes with no explanation. Like it's just a different game at that point.
That's what I say about my ass.
I hate brain so much. The word entity just like, it makes me, it's just sends chills.
Yeah, I've seen some creepy entities that are like, what is that? Like,
Adam,
weird.
who's not here, are the co-hosts. He cannot stand what is it, the Slender Man?
Oh,
Yeah.
Slender Man. Ew.
He can't do it.
Yeah, it makes him like, ooh,
Yeah, he's all long, like ew.
I hate it. I will definitely look. You got to come back and please read our features.
I know. Do you have any plans to come to New York? / should we pay you to come to New York to read all of us?
I'll come to New York. Heck yeah. I've been wanting to. My grandpa, he's recently passed on, but he has an apartment right next to the World Trade Center.
Oh, wow.
Right? Like he was there when it happened. He survived. That building survived, but it's the top penthouse, like right by the World Trade Center. So I really want to go there and like go
We
around New
love
York.
Open House, so we'll come
Right.
to
Yeah,
you.
we'll come to you.
We'll come to you for
I would
sure.
love to come to New York. That'd be amazing.
Let's go, because I
Yes.
think we all would love
You
to
should come in
just have your
October for
energy.
Halloween.
I know. I really want to. Maybe I
We'll
will.
throw a Halloween party. So.
We do
That would be
fun.
so fun. We do like Halloween readings and
Hell
stuff.
yes.
I
Oh my
would.
God.
That would kick our party up a notch. And honest, so there, right by our apartment, there's a huge cemetery. I think
Yeah.
one of the biggest ones in the state. I've been telling
Mhm.
Braden I was going to go with him so we can do a Ouija board there. But like, you should come and we'll go to the cemetery with you and we'll do it. It'll be
Oh,
fun.
I'm so down.
Me
So
too.
down.
It was so fun having you and getting like a little spooky before we go see Candy
I know.
That's-
I know. Have fun with that.
Do you like watching scary movies, or you're just like, this isn't real?
Oh, I love watching scary movies. I really want to be in one. I would
Yes.
love to be in a scary movie. We're actually working on something that might, it's like in the brains right now. You know, we're kind of like figuring it out, but I might be in a scary movie. So that'll be fun.
Well, let's talk about it
Yes.
because I actually wrote 2 like real B scary movies when I was in college and then afterwards, and I was just actually telling the group like not too long ago I want to do another horror movie.
Maybe that's what you've been putting off.
Maybe that's what I've been putting off.
Maybe.
And maybe meeting you today, we should have a conversation.
Oh, for sure. I'm so
Ooh,
down.
I would love it. I would love that. I went to Pride and rainbows. I'm like, let's go back to scary and still have Pride and rainbows. We
Well,
might-
Yeah, for sure. That'd be awesome. Oh my God. I just saw someone walk by me, by the way.
oh.
Let's just.
Who
what
was it?
what are they what are they doing?
It's a boy,
Like a young boy.
which is weird. He's like 10, 11.
Okay.
He's a little older, but he has brown hair. It kind of looks like a bowl cut. Like I think he's from like the 90s or 80s.
What's he doing?
He's just standing by my fireplace.
Is he looking
Okay.
at you?
No, he's looking at the candle. I have a candle going on the fireplace. He's kind of like playing with it.
Oh.
Oh my god. I am gooped.
I'm acting like the boys here. I'm like,
Yeah, it's like the boys.
don't move.
I'm still right now.
So all we have to worry about is this 70-year-old lady in here.
I think his name is Jameson. And I think he died in an accident.
Do we have a bottle of Jameson around here?
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
Oh,
Yeah.
I don't know what to do right now.
I do not know what to do. Listen, Kelsie, tell
Look
all
at my
of us-
camera. Look,
Wow.
It went
my
for our
God.
listeners.
my
her
camera's blurry right now. Like my camera was clear this entire time until this
It
point.
is
Ew.
really blurry right now. I
don't even know what to say.
for God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten son, that whoever believes in him, he should not perish.
I'm
Guys,
Wow.
That is so
hello? Like
Oh.
it's not like focusing.
No.
Yeah.
Like someone's standing in front of it.
This is
This is a first here on Pride the Podcast. We
no
are dealing
Lola.
with-
Put Lola down.
No, Lola's great. She's a good doll. We love you, Lola. So Kelsie,
Wow.
tell all of our listeners where they can find you, see more of your content, and how they can follow you.
If they do.
Yeah, you can follow me on YouTube. I have a lot of creepy content on there. It's Kelsie Davies, KelsiDavies. And then I got TikTok. It's KelsiiDavies. Someone just knocked on my
I
wall.
was like, it seems like there's a lot
What?
going
I
on.
know.
There's like a lot happening right
Lola,
now.
energy going on over there, Lola. Bye.
We got to have you back in October, maybe to do.
We have to.
We
Yes.
want you to come here, but even
It's
if you
clear
can't,
now.
we should.
Your camera's
It's
clear,
clear.
now. Okay.
My camera's clear now.
Okay.
Wow.
Wow.
We should.
Like it's clear.
Wow.
That was weird.
That
That
was
was
so
very
weird.
Somebody else wanted some screen time. But listen, Kelsie, we got to have you
Clearly.
back in October on the show
Yes.
just to come in and maybe do some Halloween readings, maybe with some of
Oh,
our
yeah.
friends or something.
Yeah,
that would be so
Yes.
much fun.
cute.
Oh, I'm so down.
We would love it.
I'm so excited.
We would love it. So, Kelsie, we really thank you so much for coming here on the podcast and
This has
giving us
been
this fun
awesome.
time.
Thank
And
you so much. I'm glad I could creep you guys out.
Oh
yeah, I'm
In
on
the
it.
best way.
In the best way.
Thanks, Kelsie. Talk to you soon.
Talk to
Thank you
soon.
guys so much. Have a good day.
Bye.